All right, all right. Hello, Gun Nation. How's everyone doing? We got Pistol Pete, Dirt Track. Yes, happy Hump Day. And Target Sports USA had a sale on their Federal HST. Not bad. That's good. Yeah. I'm still stocked up for HST from, gosh, like 8 or 10 years ago when I loaded up on, I think I bought, how many did I buy? Might have been like 500 or 700 rounds. I posted pictures of it. It was a whole stack and stacks and stacks of HST. So, because I got it for a stupid deal back in the day, so I loaded up on it. As a matter of fact, I think I bought all they had at at GT Distributors in Dallas. That's where I bought it. Hello, Lake Ozark guy. How are you? Hope y'all can see and hear me okay. I am out here in Louisiana. So tonight I'm in Shreveport. I have been in Monroe um, the early part of this week. So I was in Monroe like Monday, Ruston Tuesday, and tonight Shreveport. So been running all over the place. Hello, Dennis Buckner, Mike High. Hope y'all are doing well. Also, I want y'all to guess the gun I'm carrying this week. I want y'all to guess. Could be the regular one, could be something different. Who knows? But I hope everyone is doing well. Hello, Josh Benware. Long time no see, brother. Hope you're doing good. Pistol Pete says the PO7. No, that was actually a really good guess. I had been carrying the PO7. I carried that last week. I've been testing that Bear optic. So, no, I'm not carrying the C2. A lot of people are guessing the Staccato. I'll go ahead and give it a little flash. Still doing the holster testing for Armsmen. I have been testing this holster or these holsters. I've got two of them for, gosh, like a month and a half or so, 2 months. When I test stuff, I don't just test it for a minute. So I've been putting both of those through the paces. Hello, Palindrome. How are you? Clyde Cumberland. Chris from the 740, Pistol Pete. Not the P10F, but the P10C. Does have the ACSS reticle on that one. So that's the, little chevron. What's up, Bald? How are you, man? Rich B. IBG. Now, also next week, I have to go to a different state. And I don't think I'm going to have the chat next Wednesday because I think it's going to interfere because I'm in a different time zone. I'm going to help a group out next week. But I want y'all, and I might have already said it, but I really want y'all to guess what state I'm going to. I'll make it easy for you. It's not a friendly one, if you know where I'm going with this. Oh, no, Dennis, I'm not going to New York. Nope, nope, nope. Hello, Screaming Skull Saloon, Alaska. No, I would actually like to go to Alaska. Haven't ever been to Alaska. I think that'd be pretty cool. I know we've got LW Road and Trigger Bar Philosopher and all those people there. I'm actually feeling a lot better. Arizona, not California, no. Maryland, Massachusetts, no. No, no, no. Hello, DC. How are you? Put it this way, I'll make it extra easy for you. All the drugs are legal now. That should really give it away. The next person should be popping up and saying exactly what state it is. Nope, not Pennsylvania. Does start with a P. Not Washington. Pretty close, pretty close. Hell yeah, trucks. What's up, Rabbi? How are you? Come on, man. Y'all have got to guess this. Rich B got it. Rich B got it. I am going to Oregon, Portland, no doubt. John was next. Yeah, I'm going to Portland. So I was asked to come down and help uh, for a sales deal. So that's what I've been there like what, 7 or 8 years ago, maybe longer. Um, and it was bad then, but now, yeah, it's bad. So yeah, Oregon is a very nice place. I mean, with their trees and mountains and rivers and all that other stuff, but Portland is a freaking shithole. And I'm actually staying in Portland Sunday night, and then Monday I'll have a rental car, but I'm driving out. What is it, Salem? Like about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Portland. I'll be out there in that area, and then I come back to Portland Thursday night, fly out Friday morning. So I don't think I'll have a chat next Wednesday. So just letting everybody be aware of it. But yeah, Portland. Um, and also, I wanted to ask IBG. I'm leaving Sunday for Portland. um, Leatherman used to be there. I thought one of my Leatherman tools said Portland, but I could be wrong. I don't know. No. Oh, are you outside of Portland? G23? I didn't know you were. Yeah, I've got another group that will be in the Washington, Seattle area, um, but I'm gonna handle the Portland area, or myself and another team are. Gerber, that's what it is. Gerber's in Oregon. Okay, because I have a Gerber tool also, a multi-tool, so I guess I was getting them confused. Because I remember something said made in Oregon. Um, oh man, there we go. Resist joining Antifa while they're Big Johnson, but maybe take in a drum circle. Yeah, no, I won't be. I won't be joining Antifa. Um, but I was going to ask y'all. I had a lot of people, even Pistol Pete mentioned it. About that he had to go drop his Springfield Echelon video because everybody's dropping them today. But that's the way embargoes work. If you work with any companies where they have a certain release day, it's called an embargo. So you can't release it until the day that they specify. So that's why all of those videos are coming out today, because that's the embargo release date. So I know Humble did it, a bunch of other people did it. Y'all are probably tired of hearing it or seeing it. I guess some people have reached out and said they were, but unfortunately, that's the way the embargo works. So it is what it is. But hello, Young Guns. How are you, man? Gerber's baby food. Oregon doesn't start with a P. Um, Put a used Taurus Polymer 357 revolver on layaway. Why not? But yeah, so you've got the new Springfield Echelon. Let me know what y'all think about it. Are y'all excited about it? And then you've got the new Smith & Wesson 22 Magnum. Were y'all excited about that? I had a couple of people send me emails, subscribers and things saying, hey, what do you think about it? Have you seen it yet? And at the time, I hadn't seen it, and I went and checked it out. And right when I checked it out, it's like a bunch of videos started popping up. I went to Smith & Wesson's website and saw it, and then probably Google knew that I looked at it, and then YouTube sent a whole bunch of videos my way about it. But Are y'all excited about either one of those pistols? Just curious. Hello, Lynn Holt. How are you? Yeah, I saw that pistol, Pete. Um, 22 had a lot of malfunctions. For Honest Outlaw, looks like a fun gun though. Yeah, but this is one thing, and a lot of people don't realize it or don't pay attention to it. But anytime you're dealing with 22 Magnum or 22 rimfire, you can have rim lock. When you load the mags, you can actually have, the rims, the little ends of the rims can actually lock against each other when you're stacking them in the mag. And I'm wondering if maybe that's what was going on with Honest. I mean, they probably didn't say, hey, make sure you load the mags, one at a time, blah, blah, blah. But, sometimes 22 Magnum and 22 long rifle can be very finicky of how it's loaded, such as the SIG P322. It's very finicky on the mags and it can easily get rim locked. And I'm wondering if maybe that's what happened. I don't know. So, you know, I guess we'll find out. Some people said they saw a lot of other reviews where it didn't have a red dot on them and it was running fine. Honest already had a dot on his. He started having problems with it, a few times. So, and it's designed to have a dot. So, maybe it needs a different spring, or could have been rim lock. Who knows? So, I guess if somebody gets one, they'll know. What's up, LW Road? How are you? Oregon is an open carry without permit, except for in Portland and a couple of other towns. Let me catch back up here. So who knows? I guess we'll see. As more people get it, start running it. Clyde Cumberland said the polymer market is lipstick on a pig now. We have to venture into 2011 double stack 1911s. I mean, I agree. There are a ton of polymer guns out there. The new Echelon, the cool thing about it, I guess, is it is like the 320, so it is a removable fire control unit, so you can put it in different grips. So if you bought one gun and multiple grips, you could have a compact, mid-size, and a full-size if you chose to do that. Um, I'm not going to be buying one, but and it doesn't take plates, so I do think it's good that somebody finally did this. I said this like 1,000 years ago. I said if you could have one slide with all of the holes drilled in it, kind of like shadow systems in a way, where you didn't need a plate, but it would take multiple optics, and I think it takes three. It takes the Delta Point Pro, RMSC, and then RMR. But the thing is, it won't take any enclosed emitters like the Acro P2 or the Steiner MPS. So you would probably have to use an RMR adapter plate for that. But, you know, who knows? Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to shoot a lot of 22 mag, um, and it was out of revolvers and stuff. But 25 to YouTube. Yeah, well, and that's what I'm saying, Young Guns. I'm sure people will buy the Echelon and then start doing reviews on them. I know they have a selective group that they send a bunch of these things out to them. But, I mean, hell, it's free advertisement for them. So, also, I had a company reach out to me. I thought it was funny because they reached out and they were like, "Hey, we like the work that you're doing on YouTube and we admire your videos and blah blah blah." And I'll show you the email if you don't believe me. And they offered to pay me to do some videos. They would give me free product, and they offered to pay me. Um, but it's a company that, if they followed me, they would know that I don't like them. I even did a video on them because I used to be a tester for them way back when, And I thought that was really funny that they sent me an email. And matter of fact, the person's name on the email is one of the people I dealt with like 4 years ago. Um, yep, you're exactly right, Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete nailed it right on the head. And yes, it is Olight. Um, Basically, and I'm not making this up, I'll show it to you. And I'll even show you where they offered to pay me. Unlock the power of Olight. And it's Peter. That's the guy one of the guys I used to deal with. We would like to establish a partnership with you and promote our products together. There it is right there. Absolutely. I don't know how well y'all can read that. I'll just wanted to show it so you know I'm not fibbing. But it says, additionally, we would also offer you compensation for your promotion and marketing efforts. We would be happy to provide you with all the free product and samples you need to showcase the quality and performance of our product. If you are interested in our products and partnership, please respond to this email. Blah, blah, blah. So, but yeah, you know that's not going to happen. But yeah, I wouldn't pay $25.99 for the DWX. I asked Taylor. I asked Staccato quite a while ago, even when I got my other C2, if they were ever going to change to the new TAC 2 on the C2 grip, and they said they had no plans of it at that time, and I still haven't seen it. Um, I know they did on the CS, so I'm like, why the hell don't you do it on the C2? But they haven't yet. Yeah, Palindrome. The I had two of them like fail pretty quickly. Matter of fact, and a third, I had a problem with the switch. You had to hold the switch down to make it come on. It was one of the little small ones, so it was really, I guess, three failures. But after that, I was done. And when you work with them, they have a guerrilla marketing campaign where it's you have if they're having a sale, you have to release it on a certain date. The second you get the product, I mean the second, they want you to put a video out. And I said, that's not the way I am. You'll probably see a sneak peek on the community tab where it's like, hey, testings began. But then I test products. I beat them up. I test them. I carry them. I do all that kind of shit. Such as these holsters. Y'all hadn't even heard about them or seen them because I've been running them for, gosh, now probably a month and a half. To make sure that they're all good to go, that there's no issues. Uh, you know, I test stuff. I don't just go, hey, I got all of these and they're great, buy them now. And that's what they want you to do. And I told them I'm not doing that shit. So anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, Phoenix, they've actually reached out to me too, quite a while ago. And there's nothing wrong with all of that stuff. If you like what you like, that's cool. I'm not saying Phoenix is bad. They just were like, hey, we'll send you some product. You can check it out. And I was just like, I'm good in the flashlight game right now. I actually responded to them and said, hey, I appreciate the offer, but, I don't really need any other flashlights right now. But I just thought that was funny that Olight's reaching back out to me after I had all those issues, reached out to their warranty department to talk to them about it, and never responded. So I'm just like, whatever. I've had this question a ton of times. Here's my opinion. Okay, this is my opinion, maybe only, or I'll say it the way that I think it should be said. I'm not saying anything is wrong with the Prodigies. I know when they first came out, they had issues. But you're buying like a $1,350 gun. There's a lot of MIM parts in it. And I've said this before, metal injection molded parts. They can fail over time, and they will wear way quicker than any tooled steel, like in your Staccatos and Atlases and MPAs and all that. That's all tooled steel. You will not wear that out. I don't know anybody that's weared out tool steel, and I mean 50, 60, 80,000 rounds is still golden. However, on MIM hammers, MIM sears, all these other things, they will wear. They will wear, and sometimes they can fatigue and they can crack. Here's another thing: when you buy a Prodigy and you walk out the door with it, um, yeah, it has a warranty if something were to happen. However, if you decide, man, I really want to get a Staccato, or I want to get an MPA, or I want to get something totally different, and you want to sell it, you're not going to get shit for it. I've already seen those on the used market, and they're going for nothing. So they don't really hold any resale value. And then people are, taking them. They're putting EGW kits in them. That's the ignition kits, from EGW. They're putting $300 to $600 into these things, and you're already in Staccato pricing. So, just in my opinion, I really wouldn't go anything lower than a Staccato. Not just because I like Staccato and they're made in Texas and all that stuff, but I wouldn't go any lower than a Staccato if I'm going to put my hard-earned money into it. If I want it or something that's different, but I would just save up extra, get the Staccato, and then, at least you've got a Staccato. And then if you want to change and get an MPA or something, and say you ever wanted to sell the Staccato will hold more value than the Prodigy will. Now, of course, you're paying more for it than the Prodigy, but it's just in my opinion, it's just a better quality for the price, what you're getting. Hello, Red Minutes. How are you? Hello, Pranic. Yeah, IBG. Well, with the DWX, they're still in demand, and there's very limited people getting them. So they are trying to get top dollar on them. So that's why, like if everybody and their brother had them, they would really lower that price. And especially Grab a Gun. They're local to me. They're in Coppell, and they're known for doing that. So. Yeah, and Wilson makes some really good guns too. And I'm not trying to say Staccato's the super highest grade of 2011s, because they're not. But for what you get, fit, finish, all that good stuff, that's the least I would go. Hello, Armsman. Armsman is saying, good evening, sir. In my opinion, save for a Staccato, you'll end up spending more. Upgrade the Prodigy Bull Armory before Prodigy. Yeah. Look, Armsman, I was talking about this, and I was just giving an update. Armsman the one is who made these. Yeah, I've been, like I said, testing them for like a month and a half before I do my review. So this is Armsman right here. He made this holster and one of the other holsters for my P10F. But he sent them to me free of charge. Said, do what you want. You don't even have to do a review. Do whatever you want to do. That's why I've been testing the hell out of them. Clyde, which model Staccato is your go-to? And I get asked this a lot too. I think, and I've said this numerous times, I think the best bang for the buck, kind of a do-it-all carry, now granted I have XXL hands, a lot of people don't, but I honestly say the C2, the Staccato C2, because it kind of does everything. It shoots like a bigger gun than what it is. The CS, I'm not saying it's a bad gun. It's a great gun. It's just a little too small for me. There's really not that much benefit other than the barrel length, and that's not what comes into play. When you carry a gun, especially appendix, doesn't really matter about the barrel length. It's the grip, and the grips are pretty much the same. Just a little bit thinner diameter towards the bottom. Middle to the bottom is when it gets thinner on the CS. And it does have a proprietary mag. So if you get the C2 and then you love it, you can get the P, the XC, whatever, and all your mags are compatible. If you start with the CS, you have the proprietary mag, and then if you buy the C2 or the P later on, then you have to buy more mags for the CS and then more mags for the um, C2, P, etc. So I kind of say, you know, start out with a C2. I mean, I've shot the CS and the C2. I still prefer the C2. I think it's, and I'm not recoil sensitive. People always ask me how much recoil or how snappy is it. So I'm just using the word snappy to say, but the the C2 shoots flatter than the CS. I'm not going to bullshit you and tell you any different. Um, because for me, I can get, more hand on it. And if you have the good grip and all that other stuff, that helps with recoil either way. And I do love, I actually carry my P. A lot of people don't think I do, but I do carry my P as well. But I would just say out of all of them, probably the C2 is my go-to. Best mid-tier handgun dot mid-priced. People might hate me, but you really kind of can't go wrong with Holosuns, and I can lay them all out and prove it. I have like 15 Holosuns. I've got the old original. Um, what are they? The 507Cs where they load from the bottom. I still have like 8 or 9 of those. Never had a problem. Um, I've got the 507K. I've got, this one here, the ACASS. I mean, never had a problem with any of the Holosuns, not one. Not saying they're, everybody doesn't. That's probably my go-to there. And then if you want an enclosed optic, because I'm still testing this bear, so I can't give it my blessing yet. The Acro P2 is probably the gold standard of your enclosed dots because aim point, but the Steiner MPS is pretty damn legit. I really enjoy the Steiner for an enclosed dot. Gives you a little bit bigger window than the Acro P2. Clear glass, all of that other stuff. It just doesn't have the battery life of the P2 because it runs the smaller battery, but it's a great enclosed optic. So, but Holosun's really hard to beat. Dirt Track says he has the P and C2. C2 is his favorite gun. Thank you, sir. Hope you're still working for you. I appreciate your feedback. Any opinion on the million promotional videos for the Echelon? Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier is the Echelon. Everybody's putting them out today because that was the release date. But yeah, and I mean, I'll always give my honest feedback on holsters, gear, whatever it is. Armsman has C2 for the win. Yeah, I have dual astigmatisms also, pistol Pete. So the Vulcan reticle is nice. And I get asked this all the time too. um, and I think y'all have asked me this. I've even tested it for myself. I have green reticles and I have red reticles. I think I've got 3 green and I've got like 12 or whatever red. All my rifle red dots, I'm not including those. Those are all red. Um, with the dual astigmatisms, and if I have a fiber optic, I prefer green. I've said that before. But do I prefer a green dot or a red dot? Can I tell the difference? Do I prefer one over the other? And honestly, no. Uh, I don't really like the green dot any better than the red dot. I thought I would because I love green fiber optics over red fiber optics. Um, for my front sight if I'm shooting irons. Um, I don't really see a benefit the green for my eyes, and I thought I would just pick it up instantly. It's not that I don't like the green, but it's not like that I like the green better than the red. So, I mean, it's kind of weird. Maybe some people have differing opinions, but I get asked that all the time. So, um, I wanted to throw that out there in case anybody was going to ask that. Let's see here. Does anyone actually buy Springfield since they backed the anti 2A bills? I mean, I don't even own any Springfields, to be honest with you. I don't even think I've ever owned a Springfield. And yeah, I remember all that crap they pulled back in the day. Um, yeah, I don't think I've ever owned a Springfield, honestly. Okay. Palindrome likes the green better than the red. Holosun just came out with an enclosed optic. They actually had the 509T. They had that one out for a long time. But yeah, now they have the EPS carries, and I think those are really great. I haven't personally put one on a gun, but I've played with them in the gun store, and they look great. I mean, they're really, really clean looking, and I think probably for the price, that is a really great. I forgot to even mention that, but that kind of went along with the Holosun. Sorry I'm late. The new M&P 22 mag may be the gun of the year. I really want one of them. Yeah, Brian. Matter of fact, Brian, I think, is the one who reached out to me and said, he sent me an email and said, hey, have you seen it? And I was like, no. So I looked it up. So he sent me the email. Yeah, Clyde, I kind of thought that too. And I mean, LW Road brought it up and did a video on it, but I was thinking the same thing. It just seems like they're copying Keltec with a lot of stuff. Um, like and LW Road has a great video on it, but if you kind of look at like their folding, their little PCC and all that stuff, it's kind of like the original, the Keltec and their shotgun, the M&P shotgun, it does seem like they're kind of just following them. And I know they're making probably better tweaks and things like that on those items, but I don't know. It doesn't, other than the barrel, the new Tempo barrel, doesn't seem like there's a ton of innovation there. But like I said, I mean, I think that they're probably going to be good once everything gets worked out. IBG is saying, I decided to give the Prodigy a try and I like it. $0 in upgrades, zero malfunctions. We'll eventually put the EGW kit in for obvious reasons. Also have a C2. Should have sold the C2 and kept the P. Okay. Oh yeah, Holosun, the new comp does have a huge window. It just it doesn't have it's not enclosed, but I mean that's not what it's designed for. It's designed for competition and having a huge window. Lynn Holt said, found out this week I'm going to have cataract surgery. I can't say I'm looking forward to it. If I can get the $6 million a man eyeball, it'd be great. Good luck on that. I mean, I wish you well. I haven't, I know they've got that down to a science now. So hopefully everything gets squared away with your eyes. Hello, Matt Moore. How are you? Yeah, but no machine screws. Let's see. Big J, I got a new gun being shipped right now and will reach my FFL Friday. Polish barrel and 5.56. I'm so excited. Cool, man. That's cool. Or Polish barrel. Maybe that's what it's saying. Hoping for a better price on the Holosun competition. Yeah, I think they're, it's probably once they, right now there's been such a huge demand on it, they're going to keep the price high. But when they flood the market with them, you'll see some of the prices, and everybody's gotten their fix of them. You'll see the prices start to creep back down. It always happens on all of them. It did the same thing on the EPS carry and the EPS too. For my 308, I'm deciding between a 3x18 and a 1-to-10. Any thoughts and what's your preference? Man, it's kind of a. I've got, what do I have? I've said it before. It's the Vortex AMG. It's like a 4x44x50 or 54 or something. It's a big monster scope. It's their HD AMG or AMJ or God AMG. Um, just depends on what you're going to do with it. I mean, a 1-to-10 for basic distance is going to be fine. I can't even remember what the hell that damn scope is now. I mean, I know it's a Vortex AMG. I just can't remember what the. I can't remember what the hell it is. Oh, not the AMG. God, what is it? Yeah, Matt, we already talked about it. What the hell is it? Is it a? God dang. My brain's fried. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, it's a Razor. It's a Razor HD. Um, I don't even know if they make it anymore. I thought it was an. I thought it was an AMG. Let me see here. Oh hell, I can't even think of what the hell it is now. Anyway, it goes out really far. Yeah, the Razor PST is a good one. No, it's a Razor HD. I thought it was an AMG, but it might be. It's the one where it's the only one they've made that's an American scope. It's the Razor American scope. This is driving me crazy. Could have swore it was an AMG, but it's the one that's made in America. The farthest I've shot with it is 800 yards. Yeah, this scope was like 3,200 bucks, or it was like 3,200 bucks, but I bought it from X Ring. He was getting rid of it, or no, I didn't. I bought it at Texas Gun Experience. They had it on a rifle. They took it off, and then I bought it from them. That's where I got it. So I got a better deal on it, but it's like 3,200 bucks when it was new. Let's see here. Yeah, and this is my first like full, I guess, full week of driving the Nissan Altima other than driving it back after I picked it up. And I mean, it's got pretty good leg room. I mean, it drives good, um, so no problems with it. I definitely miss a truck though. Yeah, good glass is not cheap. Yeah, AMG made cars back in the day. Yeah, they actually made some cool cars too. God, if y'all could, man, that's driving me crazy about not knowing the damn name of that freaking scope. It's Vortex HD something. Uh, I hate that when it gets shit stuck in my head. If y'all can find it, please tell me. Yeah, I didn't get this one from X Ring. I bought a rifle from him, but I'm trying to think of the damn name of my scope. It's an AMG. It's a Vortex HD, freaking AMG or something. It's the only Vortex HD scope that's made in America. No, this one. I mean, this one has that kind of purplish color. Or no, this one might be. No, this one's black. This one's black. Shit. Hang on. I could probably find the damn picture that I have of it and just zoom in on it, maybe. 'Cause this is driving me insane. And I'm really not ever like that. But for some reason, it is today. There it is. Or whoever. Yes, that's it. AMG. So I'm not crazy. That's it. That's the one. Damn, I'm glad Lynn Holt found it first, but I'm glad you guys found it because it's driving me crazy. Uh, if Glock made a car, I would buy it. That's funny. The AMGs back in the day, man, they could run. I thought it was an AMG. I didn't think I was crazy. Yeah, that's a big boy. And then when you put the sun shield or the sunshade on the front of it, the damn scope is, I mean, hell, it's like that freaking long. I know I was Googling it. I don't know what the hell was happening. Yeah, you can definitely PID some. You can check out his eyelashes and stuff from a distance with that thing. Google works. Yes, it does. Okay, so we talked about that. Also, if y'all didn't tune in for it, I was on Chris from the 740. I was on his chat last week. He invited me on, and we were talking about comped guns, and if I carry them, if I like them, what my opinions were on them. And yes, I'm definitely a comped gun guy. I definitely prefer them if I can get them. And people were asking why, and I've been asked that 1,000 times. And it just goes back to the point because people are like, oh, it's a 9 millimeter, or it's a 22, or it's why do you have a comp on this? Hell, a lot of people run comps on freaking 5.56. That's just a 22 on steroids. And you've got 3 points of contact because it's a rifle. Pistol, you have 2 points of contact. So, it just, it, to me, even if you can get a little bit more flatness out of it, why not take advantage of it? Any benefit that you can have from it, why not use it? Um, you can put a flashlight on a gun, and of course that's going to add weight to keep the muzzle down. But also you have a flashlight in case you need to light it up and see what the hell's going on. Because if I light up, and that's the thing, people are like, oh, you're going to give away your PID, or you're going to give away where you are and stuff. If I have to light the flashlight up on a gun, I'm using it. Otherwise, I'm just using my pocket flashlight. Just if I want to look around, see what's going on. But if that gun comes out, it's coming out for a reason. So, and if I need to turn the light on and start going at it, that's the way it's going to be. But if you've got every little benefit, why not take advantage of it? I don't think it's a bad thing. And I think hell, Aaron Cowan's going to tell you the same thing. A bunch of other people are going to tell you the same thing. But I think the people who really haven't tried comps, and I know that you can get some jicky comps that come loose and all that other stuff. But if you've got a nice secured comp and you've tested it and you've ran it and it's good to go, why not use it? But that's the thing, Matt. Like you say you don't have much use for it, but if you have to carry defensively, or say where I see that they shine, if you're just at the range and you're like bang, 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 that's not where it really comes into play. But if you've got to do double taps, rapid fire, bang, 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 and if you're transitioning and you're really letting it loose, that's where your groups can go from here to here. I mean, it's proven. Bald will tell you the same thing. I'll tell you the same thing. I've proven it on video. And you never know if you're going to be in a situation where there's multiple people and you've got to dump three on that one and three on that one or four on that one. You just don't know. Or if you've got to keep dumping it while they're coming at you until they fall. I just think if you can take advantage of a situation or advantage of a product that truly helps, and I did say this on his chat too. I have some comps that are dog shit. They are complete dog shit. All they are is they screw on. If you look at the angles of the comp, they're really not that great. And I tested them and I was like, I can't tell shit. And I was like, they just put it on, they just made this thing as an ornament. But if they do the correct, ducting and, have the convergent divergent duct where it's actually guiding the gas through the barrel and up, to go straight up, that's where you can tell that it shines. I've got some that really aren't that great. Matter of fact, the one on this pew pew here that I showed a second ago, I'm not going to pull it out and show it, but it's a micro. It's really not that great on this particular unit, but their larger version, and I could put it on this one too. They have a stubby and then they have a full size. Their full size is great because I have it on my PO7 and my PO9. The stubby version, it's not that great. I don't think they did the angle correct like they did on the other ones. But like I said, it's whatever you choose to use. Use one, don't use one. It's completely up to you. Whatever y'all feel, works for you. I would never tell anybody what to do. With the pistol brace BS going on, I've just been getting rifles. Is 300 blackout and a 16-inch barrel a bad decision? No, I mean it's not. 300 blackout really shines. Really 8 to 12 and a half. That's where it really shines. 16, it's not bad, but you just don't need that much barrel. But it's not going to harm it if that's what you have to have. I totally get it. Yeah, PMM comps are good comps. Bought a CZ P10F a few weeks ago. Great gun. Went back to the gun store and was looking at other CZs. My head was spinning. Yeah, Rich B. You can get caught up in the CZ train. I mean, I still love CZs. I'm still a CZ fan for life. Don't misunderstood. Oops. Let's see here. I get that too, I get that, Big J, for a carry gun. I'd rather have either the longer barrel or not have a comp for the size and weight constraints. To me, it's like a threaded barrel, but I get the benefits. Yeah, and with shooting dots, on a dot gun, you really don't need a longer barrel. If you're shooting irons, you definitely want a longer slide uh, for you know um, for your irons. Better longer sight radius is better if you're shooting irons, but for dots, really doesn't come into play. I mean, I do like at least a 4-inch barrel, for the Scott or for the velocity, but you know, yeah, CZ does have a ton of choices. That is the great thing about CZs. You got double action, single action, you got striker fire, you got single action only. They do have some really good options: steel, aluminum, alloy. So always better to have options. But anything else? We got about 10 minutes. Anything else that y'all want to know an opinion on, or anything you're curious about, or anything like that? But like I said, I don't know if I'll have the chat next Wednesday. Honestly, because there's a 2-hour time difference. So I'm honestly going to say it's probably not going to happen. Um, you know, so please don't get all upset. But it has gone up in price. Yeah, the DWX has gone up in price. And they did it because they're not making as many of them, and there's a huge demand for them. A lot of people want them. And they released the compact too, but I haven't seen one in person. But Screaming Skull says, thought about picking up the PO7. They're great guns. I like them. You're exactly right, Lynn Holt. I said that forever ago. For irons, I'm beginning to think night sights are a waste. They are. Um, I think the best set of sights that you can get are blacked out rear and a fiber optic front. Because at night, and Bald knows this too, but at night, if you do run a light on your gun and you light up the light, your front sight, your fiber optic will kind of glow. Not that you have to have that, but night sights, most of them are pretty thick and kind of block some of your target, where you can get a very thin front iron sight or a fiber optic sight. And I prefer them anyway. But like I've said a long, long time, night sights just set on the nightstand and you can see them. So when you run and grab your gun, or if you're in a dark alley and got in a fight or whatever and dropped your gun, it would help you find it. But it does nothing for shooting forward. So yeah, I think if I bought a gun today and I was going to shoot irons, I would buy a nice set of target sights, blacked out rear, and a fiber optic front, and I'd call it a day. And people say, well, fiber optics break. Okay, I know 2 guys that were in special, the ops, and believe it or not, they actually carried them. They carried fiber optic fronts and blacked out rears on their Glocks. So, and they ran them the whole time. So I'm not saying it can't break. They can, slamming them into a holster and things like that. But, if it does, it takes 2 seconds to change out the fiber. And actually, I've even shot on video where the fiber optic came out of one of mine. And I was still shooting it fine because I could still see the little ring where the fiber optic was. So, when is the next big cookout? I was actually wanting to do that this weekend. I had plans to do that this weekend. However, that's fallen through because I'm flying out on Sunday. So unfortunately, it's going to be the next weekend. So not this weekend, but the next weekend, I do plan on doing a cook. I don't want to say what I'm going to cook yet. I've got some special stuff, but I am going to do cook. Man, I've been jonesing to cook out. So there will be some cooks coming. Thank you, Matt Moore. I appreciate it. I think the CZ Bren is cool. CZ Bren 2 is awesome. I have even shot a fully auto. I have a video on it. I shot a fully auto CZ Bren and loved it. But no, CZ Bren is a good to go. Depending on now, I wouldn't. I would probably just get a 16 inch if you don't already have something like that. Um, Unless you want to, SBR it or something like that. That's completely up to you. But yeah, I mean, the CZ Bren runs, they're great guns. I mean, they're definitely battle proven for the most part. But yeah, highly like, or I really like them. Rich B, I am actually in Shreveport this evening. I was in Monroe Monday, and I was in, what was the name of that town? I said it earlier. Starts with an R. Um, Damn, I can't even think of it. Anyway, that's where I was Tuesday, and tonight I'm in Shreveport. Yep, CZP01 is a good gun. It's just too small for me. The one that I had had I actually sold to a subscriber. Big J, do you think changing stock options for custom options take away any resale value on a firearm? Um, I do a lot of custom options on a lot of my guns, but here's the way I look at it. If it's a gun that I know that I'm going to keep, um, and I'm not ever going to get rid of, I'll customize it. If it's a gun, when I first buy it, I'll kind of play around with it. And, if I'm like, not really feeling this one, then I usually sometimes won't customize them because I'm like, I might not even keep this gun. But if I know I'm going to, keep it and it's not going anywhere, I'll customize them. But that's kind of the way I look at it. Also, customization, like if you bought a 1911, you can put a set of lock grips on it. You can always take those off and put the stock ones back on it if you want to sell it. If it's an AR, you can take the actual stock. If you want to change the stock off, you can pop it off, just keep all your old parts, and you can switch them back over. I've done that before. Um, so a lot of that stuff is just kind of like Legos, or if it's a Glock, it's like Legos. You can take it off and put it on, whatever you want to do. But that's just my opinion. Hello, Bagger Bro. How are you, man? Brian is saying, do you cook a prime rib? If so, please add it to your list of cooking displays. Want to do one day, but I have no clue how to cook or even what to buy. I have cooked a prime rib before. God, it was a long time ago. I smoked it on a big offset smoker, like for a long ass time. I think it was like a 10-hour or 11-hour cook. I've only done one. I'm not a huge prime rib guy. Not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just not my personal favorite. And just so y'all know, I am going to be cooking some meats that y'all are going to be like, what the hell? I've never even heard of that. So I'm going to be cooking some different meats that y'all might not um, be be aware of. Because there's some cuts that I like, and there's specialty cuts that not a lot of people know about. I'm not saying you can't look it up or whatever. Other people probably haven't cooked it or they've already cooked it, but there's some cuts that I like that people are. It's not common. Let's put it that way. It's not a common cut, but y'all saw the butcher and everything that I go to, and you're more than welcome to go there. Just tell them I sent you there. Um, but I'm just not a huge prime rib guy. Just really not. but I know how to cook them, and there's like 10 different ways to cook it. I prefer to smoke it, um, and you can actually smoke it. Um, you can smoke it and then kind of give it a quick kind of grill at the end. But when you do it, you have to do the face down, the sides, the butt. It's kind of a pain in the ass to do it because most of them are so big. Thank you, Clyde. I appreciate it. It's y'all too. Rich B got him a ticket in downtown Shreveport. I'm 6'6", she's 4'11". That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm with you, Armsman. When I first got into the game way back in the day, I was like, oh, you got to have night sights on everything. I think I even said that, or not when I first got into the game, but when night sights were real popular, I was like one of those, you got to have night sights, blah, blah, blah. But it is funny how things, the more experience you get, the more things you find kind of useless, or I'm not saying useless, but, you just find aren't really needed. And I never want to say something like, these are must haves, or because I run it, you've got to run it. I mean, run what you want, what you like. That's funny. I don't get the specialty meats at the local Chinese buffet because I never seen stray cats in a 5 mile radius of that place. Yeah, that's true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will shut this down. I appreciate everyone so much being on. And again, I'm probably not going to be on next Wednesday because I'm going to be in good old Oregon. But I'll throw up, I'll throw up something, just as a reminder, or if I can make it, I'll have my computer with me and I'll try. I just don't know. So I don't want to commit. I would probably say it's gonna be a no. But y'all can go over and check out Chris's from the 740 chat. He's probably cranking it off right now. But yeah, we will be doing some cooks coming up. Not this coming week, but probably maybe not this weekend, but next weekend, hopefully. And I've got some really awesome meats and things that I want to cook, and even some veggies, meats and vegetables. I'm cooking some veggies on the grill too. So I'll show you kind of how I do some of that. If you want to watch, check out my barbecue channel, Big J's Pit Stop. I'd love to have you over there and go over there and subscribe too. I thought it would grow a little quicker, but I've only got like 99 subs, 99 problems. But I'm just joking. 99 subs. I figured it'd take off a little quicker than it did, but you know, it is what it is. A lot of people aren't into barbecue, and I get it. But y'all have a great night. Thanks, everyone. Be safe out there. Love your family. And remember, an unarmed nation's a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on. Take care, everyone.